everybody. If you haven't already seen it, I just posted a Q&A video, so that is available to you guys as well. But this video is more of an update and things that are going on right now. Hello. So we are on cycle day 36. I took a test 4 days ago. Yeah, 4 or 5 days ago, and it was negative. But I think it might be too early, or it may have been too early. Like I said in my last video, I don't know the exact date that I ovulated. I only know that it probably happened within a certain week. So there is the possibility that if I tested in like by tomorrow or in the next couple of days, that I could still get a positive. So fingers crossed for that. I have had 0 symptoms this cycle, which is a little annoying because the last 2 cycles I had some really intense, like sore boobs and things of that nature, and this time around I've had really nothing. So who knows what that means. Other news, the last video I had complained about how my TSH levels had gone up the last time we checked, and I've gotten a bit of new information. So at the time that I had my tests done, I had had bronchitis like a week before that. And I had been on a steroid pack, and I finished my steroid pack a few days before I took that test. And my husband was really concerned that the reason that my test results were so high was maybe because of that steroid pack. So we talked to a friend of ours who is a medical professional, and she was like, yes, oh my gosh, yes, that would totally give you a wrong reading. I asked my doctor about that when right after the test was done, and I never got a reply back, which was part of the reason that I was really pissed off about her. So we have an appointment to go back in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks anyways. So we're going to have our blood redone or I'm having my blood redone that time, and we're going to ask, like, to her face, like, could this have been the problem? I'm really thinking that was probably what it was. So we'll see. I'm optimistic that this next blood draw will go better. Beyond that, I did have the baby shower with my sister this past weekend, and it went really well. While I was at the shower, I had a good time, and I didn't feel awkward at all at any point, and no one said anything weird, which was nice, thank you God. But something else happened over the weekend. So while we were driving to the shower, it takes us about an hour and a half to get over to where my folks live, which is where my sister lives. And the whole entire ride, my husband and I were discussing TTC, and it was a very stressful conversation. And it was just me, talking about how I was frustrated with my current endocrinologist for my thyroid stuff. And it showed him, I think, how, like, not stressed, because I don't feel like I'm stressed, but like how just kind of I'm now feeling like, this probably isn't going to happen and we're doomed. And I've just been very down about the whole situation. So I know that he has been very concerned about me, and with my blessing, he has gone ahead and told his parents about everything that we are going through. My mother-in-law has breast cancer and has had it for forever, for at least 6 years. They've basically just told her that she's going to be living with cancer. So she understands a chronic illness that I have in my Hashimoto's. So I'm not at the point where I'm really wanting to, like, sit down and talk with her in depth about it. But she knows now. My father-in-law knows. So it's one of those things where I don't have to, like, hide in the shadows anymore about it. And my parents also know. When we went to that baby shower, my mom went with me, but my dad stayed back, and so did my husband. And again, with my blessing, my husband talked to my dad about it and just kind of laid everything out on the table. And my dad was so sweet about it. I'm crying. He was so nice about it. And, my father has always been the tough one in the family. And not like tough like mean, but he's very strong-willed, and, I've always looked up to him, but he hasn't always been, the cuddler or the person who's gonna, give you a hug or something like that. And he was this time around, and he was so nice to me. When I got back from the shower, he told me what David and him had talked about, and that he loved me, and he understood that I was going through a hard time. And wanted to pray for me, which I thought was really sweet. And it made me cry then too. But, you know, talking to my parents about it, and my parents never struggled with any of that. In fact, when they got pregnant with me, they had talked about it. They were like, maybe we should have another child. And my mom was like, well, I think it's too late. I think we already are. So they never really struggled with any of that, and they admitted that they had, but that that they loved me, and that if I needed anything, they would be there for me. So I'm out now, which is weird. I'm out in the open about our struggles and our infertility issues. Our medical course is still going to be the same, going back to the endocrinologist in 2 weeks to figure out more about this thyroid stuff. And as soon as my thyroid levels are in normal range, if nothing has happened, I'm going to start on Clomid or Femara, which my OB has offered in the past, but I just haven't taken her up on it. That is where we are. Golly, I'm full of tears today. I hope that everyone is doing well. If you are new, I'm sorry. I'm not usually like this. But subscribe, thumbs up, and leave me a comment below. Tell me where you're from. I would love to meet you and talk to you more. So, bye.